name is Shelly and I am a CASA volunteer. I have been volunteering with CASA for a little over 2 years, so I wanted to take some time and share my story. I grew up with two loving parents. I was very blessed. I always had a roof over my head, a meal, and two people who told me they loved me every night. I didn't have to worry about where I was going to sleep. And even so, and being afforded everything that I still felt very lonely and scared as a kid, and that really carried into my adulthood and affected certain aspects of my life. I'm a CASA because I understand what it was like as a child to feel lonely and feel scared, and I think even as an adult, we have these feelings, but we have a lot more control over what happens to us as an adult. We all know the foster system is far from perfect, and our children are oftentimes moved from home to home and forced to leave a routine and forced to leave friends, forced to leave school, and forced to leave a new family that they called home. And they go through so much and so much hurt, and they build walls to protect themselves. And no child should have to go through that level of hurt, that level of instability, level of abuse and neglect. And it's that kind of pain that causes them to grow up really quickly, far beyond their years. I am a CASA volunteer because I want to be that calming factor for my youth. I want to be that consistency for my youth. I want her to have a childhood that she remembers that didn't involve pain. And when you look back in your own life and you think about the people who were most influential to you, you think about the people who were consistent and the people who showed up when they said they were going to show up, big or small, and the people who took the time to show you new things and took the time to explain things to you that you didn't understand before. Now more than ever, it is important to be an advocate for a child. With the shelter in place and everything going on in the world, you turn to the news and you see and hear about the rise in domestic violence in people's homes. And when you hear this, at least for me, it's an immediate response to pick up the phone and check in on my youth and make sure that she's okay and that she knows that I am here for her. I also want the people around her to know that she doesn't just have me, she has an entire CASA team here who is dedicated to keeping her safe and keeping her in mind and with whatever she does and wherever she goes. I mean, we are that constant presence that is here for her and is her advocate and is always going to fight for what's best for her. Prior to the shelter in place, my youth and I would bond over dinner, movies, painting, a lot of bargain shopping, because we love shopping, but being respectful of social distancing, that has shifted the way that we keep in touch. So a lot of it is over the phone. FaceTiming is really helpful, and keeping her creativity in mind and kind of just seeing what she's doing as she's home and not going to school, and wanting to keep her stimulated and engaged. I found a lot of relatively inexpensive things on Amazon that I know she would love. Like a drawing book with a step-by-step to draw 50 different animals. I know that she has a creative side to her, so there is this cool DIY unicorn slime kit that I found, and a lot of coloring books and games to kind of help her pass the time. I know that right now it's very difficult for everyone, and being a child and being dependent on others for entertainment and safety is definitely not easy. CASA has become a lifelong commitment for me. I truly love this program, and it has taught me so much. I have had the worst of days, but just going to see my youth and seeing her face light up when she sees me, it has the ability to change everything for me and change the way that I look at problems and things that happen. Seeing everything she's gone through and seeing how she's time and time again able to push through has taught me an incredible lesson about perspective and strength, which she truly embodies. And it's taught me a lot of things about myself that I didn't really know prior to meeting her. I know that 10 years down the line, when she's in college, she will have all of this to look back on, and it will have made me feel absolutely amazing, because I know that I was able to help her live a life where I enabled her to be a kid, in a world where she was forced to grow up really fast. And I have had an amazing time with this program, and I look forward to this shelter in place lifting and being able to see her and connect with her again.